Have you ever wondered why some people seem to be so favored by the universe, as if resources, helpful allies, and prosperity naturally gravitate toward them, while you, despite giving everything you have, despite praying until you are exhausted, still feel as though you are standing before a firmly closed door? Do you think you're not good enough? Or that miracles are nothing more than a beautiful lie and a beautiful... No, the truth is far more unsettling. Miracles are still all around you, but you are trying to tune into a radio frequency with a transmitter set to the wrong channel. You are shouting in the middle of a storm and wondering why no one hears you. Greetings, seeker of awakening. You stand here carrying the weight of unfinished plans, unresolved debts, and quiet wounds in your heart that no one has ever truly seen. For years, you have fought the outer world with all the strength you possess, yet all you have received in return is exhaustion and questions with no answers. Today, I am not here to preach a new method of asking, nor am I here to soothe you with empty comfort. I am here to initiate a complete reordering of your inner system. You must understand this. The universe does not operate on fleeting emotions. It runs on a transcendent mathematical operating system. Everything, from distant galaxies to every cell in your body, moves according to a rhythm precise down to the millisecond. If your life feels like an ongoing sequence of chaos, it is not because you are being punished. It is a sign that you are out of sync with the music of creation. I call the method we are about to explore the quantum resonance. It is an ancient code of repetition and alignment. And when you learn how to step into it, you will generate a force of attraction so powerful that material flow and the right people will have no choice but to move toward you. Stop searching for wealth or love outside of yourself. That is a fatal mistake. The secret of the masters is not how much they do, but how deeply they align their frequency before they step into the world. In this special video, I will open for you the sacred time intersections, brief moments within a solar cycle when the barrier between human limitation and infinite universal supply becomes as thin as smoke. At these intersections, I will teach you a process called the Reality Architect. This is a technique that allows you to overwrite new commands into the deepest layer of the subconscious, transforming distant desires into an irreversible blueprint of reality. Together, we will descend into the core of true healing. I will show you how to transmute what you call devastating pain or extreme adversity, the very things you are trying to escape, into the most valuable raw material for building lasting prosperity. You will learn that the scars you hide are precisely where the light of abundance is allowed to enter. Do not look away from the screen, not even for a second. What you are about to hear is not merely information. It is a vibration capable of restructuring your entire destiny. Your new order, your long-sought kingdom of peace and abundance, does not begin tomorrow. It does not begin when money arrives. It begins in this very breath, in this exact moment, when you allow yourself to be reborn in awareness. The gate is open. Let us step through it together. Stillness is not merely the absence of sound. It is a state in which the chaos of the mind is restructured to fall back into rhythm with the primordial order of the universe. To understand why prosperity and the right people have not yet appeared, we must look at the nature of energy itself. Every longing for wealth or healing is, at its core, a vibrational wave. If the individual consciousness is emitting the frequency of lack, of waiting, or of fear, then according to the law of quantum resonance, reality can only respond with events that mirror that same lack. This becomes a harsh feedback loop, one that ordinary physical effort alone can never break. The secret to altering destiny lies in recognizing and entering sacred time intersections. These are not random numbers on a clock. They are windows of opportunity when the Earth's magnetic field and human bioenergy reach their highest synchronization. At these intersections, the veil between idea and matter becomes thinnest, allowing a planted intention to germinate with extraordinary speed. The first portal opens at dawn, the moment darkness dissolves and light begins to claim reality. Between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m., when the world is still asleep, the atmosphere is saturated with a pure life force known as prana. At this hour, the human brain naturally enters the theta state, a direct bridge to the subconscious reservoir. This is not the time to beg for help. It is the time to practice will alignment. Instead of saying, "I want to be wealthy," feel abundance as a stream of golden current moving through your bloodstream, cleansing old patterns of scarcity and limitation. At this intersection, affirmations are no longer wishes. They become quantum commands that force reality to begin its recalibration. The next portal appears at solar noon, when the sun stands at its highest point. This is when the chaos of material life reaches its peak. Most people are swept into work, stress, and reactive emotional patterns. Yet precisely here, finding just 15 minutes of inner stillness carries immense power. This is the moment for energetic recharging, cutting off all environmental interference. When a soul can remain calm in the center of worldly turbulence, it sends a powerful signal to the universe. I am the operator, not the victim of circumstances. This frequency of grounded authority is the strongest magnet for benefactors, people, resources, and opportunities that naturally resonate and arrive to support you. The final and most mysterious portal unfolds at sunset and in the moments before sleep. This is when the reality architect process is activated. Before the mind hands control over to sleep, the inner house must be cleared. Resentments, failures, and frustrations of the day must be consciously released. If anxiety is carried into sleep, you are issuing a command for the subconscious to construct tomorrow out of anxiety. Instead, apply the reality blueprint technique. Visualize your goals, aligned relationships, and flows of abundance as if they are already complete. In deep relaxation, allow these images to sink into every cell. At this point, sleep becomes more than rest. It becomes a destiny restructuring process in the timeless quantum field. Understand this clearly. Aligning yourself at these three intersections is not an obligation. It is the privilege of using the supreme power the universe has granted every human being. When a person commits to this rhythm, they are no longer a solitary wanderer crossing the desert of life. They become part of a greater current. Synchronicities multiply. Golden opportunities emerge. Helping hands appear with startling precision, as if an unseen intelligence were arranging the pieces on the chessboard of their life. But for miracles to truly ignite, one final element must be addressed: how you treat the cracks within yourself. It is time to face a truth that most people spend their lives avoiding. On the human journey, no one escapes the cuts of adversity. They may come as a soul-piercing pain from betrayal by someone once trusted, a financial collapse that shatters all confidence in oneself, or a loss that leaves a vast emptiness no material thing can ever fill. The human instinct is to flee, to deny, or to resent pain. But within the sacred order of the universe, pain has never been a meaningless obstacle. It is a portal, a point of maximum energetic activation. Look at a rough diamond. It cannot shine without suffocating pressure and the painful cuts of a master's blade. At the quantum level, adversity is the process of frequency calibration. When a soul stands in the eye of collapse and yet declares calmly, "This pain does not define me, it is equipping me," a quantum leap in awareness takes place in that very moment. The light of prosperity and divine support can never penetrate the solid walls of an arrogant ego. It can only enter a person's reality through cracks. And precisely where you feel most broken, The universe is concentrating its greatest resources, pouring in wisdom and abundance to rebuild a greater, brighter version of you from the fragments of the old. Lasting prosperity is never a random reward for luck. It is the inevitable outcome of a soul that has learned to master its own vibration even in the deepest darkness. Benefactors do not appear to rescue the weak. They appear to resonate with those who have refined the frequency of steadiness and unshakable faith. When external reality has not yet changed, but within you the order of abundance has been established, the entire material network around you is compelled to realign to match your state. The true awakening lies here. You do not ask the universe to change your circumstances. You ask it to elevate your perception. Once your vision is opened, you will see that every enemy is in fact a teacher testing the resilience of your frequency, and every loss is a clearing to make space for greater flows to arrive. This journey is no longer words or sound alone. It has become encoded into the spiritual DNA of your being. The stillness settling over this space is the sign that alignment has begun. From this moment on, allow yourself to release the exhausting need to control. Let the sacred rhythm become your breath. Let insight become the instinct that guides you. You are no longer a lone wanderer crossing the desert of reality. You are a reality architect, holding the blueprint of a magnificent life in your hands. Miracles are not something distant for you to chase. Miracles are the natural state that emerges when you allow yourself to merge with the infinite source of life. When you close your eyes tonight, know this: the time intersections have been set, the right people have been summoned, and the flow of abundance has already begun finding its way toward you through the most extraordinary pathways. All necessary work has been completed in the energetic realm. Your only task now is to trust and to receive. Sleep well, radiant soul. Let this sleep be a deep spiritual rebirth. For when tomorrow's dawn touches your window, you will awaken not only to a new day, but to an entirely new destiny. The miracle is no longer beginning. The miracle is present. Thank you for your presence. We will meet again within the frequency of supreme success. Every miracle begins with the smallest step. Choose one affirmation that represents the most radiant version of who you are becoming, and write it in the comments to anchor this energy into your life. Let us create together a community of souls who are awakening and stepping into true prosperity. Your new order begins with this very line. I am no longer a victim of my circumstances. I am the architect of my reality. My internal frequency is now perfectly aligned with the infinite abundance of the universe. I am a powerful magnet for high vibrational opportunities and divine connections. New portals of financial abundance are opening for me right now in expected and unexpected ways. I am whole, I am healed, and I am worthy of all the miracles the universe has to offer. As I sleep, my subconscious rewrites my destiny for a brilliant and prosperous tomorrow.